Welcome to the Viridian Wild. Before we send you out on your expedition, please be aware that this production depicts the reality of the natural world around us and will contain materials such as eating habits, mating habits, and animal death. Specific content warnings can be found in the show notes. Read the transcript of the episode if something is troubling for you. Listener discretion is advised.
We're almost there. Keep walking forward.
Alright, I'm walking forward.
Do you think he knows that?
I know.
Know what?
Shh. Almost there.
I'm not going to run into a pole, am I?
I wouldn't let you run into a pole.
Yeah, you kinda would.
Maybe I should just turn you around and head back to the car.
No, it's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Then put your hands down.
I'm not. Fine. Are we there yet? We sound close.
And here. Take your blindfold off.
Okay. Wait, you didn't.
You couldn't tell? I mean, we drove out here and everything.
I mean, I had an idea, but I didn't know it'd be this.
Welcome to Sleepy Hollow.
Happy birthday!
You actually brought me to Sleepy Hollow.
All right. What do you want to do first?
What do I want to do?
Yeah. I mean, it's your birthday.
Jeez, like I know. Wait, what's... Holy shit, is that a pumpkin sculpture garden? We're doing that, right? Right?
I mean, if you... Whoa!
Would you just look at this place?
Hey, slow down. You don't have to pull so hard.
Come on, they made a merry-go-round out of pumpkins.
Think Sebastian's excited? I can't tell.
It's an actual fall carnival. How can't I be? I mean, hi, excuse me. Do you have a map? Thank you. See, look at all of this. There's so much to do, and there's a haunted hayride. We're doing that, right?
Yeah.
No way.
What? I thought you loved scary stuff.
Yeah, I did. Then this Scoober came around. Do you know how weird it is thinking about what just might be out there?
Hey, good news. Everything's fake here. Even the Headless Horseman.
That's just Sleepy Hollow taking advantage of the Washington Irving story.
Well, actually,
Here we go.
the Headless Horseman is based on an Irish spirit called the Dullahan. No one knows if it's actually real,
See?
Don't buy it.
but it's a really cool legend. They say a headless spirit with a steed as black as night rides to find any person who is meant to die. The Dullahan would carry his head either in his right hand or in the front of his saddle, but the head would be nothing more than a rotted face. The muscles of the head would be pulled tight against the skull, and it would smile from ear to ear, wider than any human could. The head had no eyes, only the blackened holes of his empty skull that the Dullahan can use as a lantern to guide it through the night. The Dullahan isn't like a banshee, predicting death. Instead, he rides through the night searching for the souls of the dead to bring them to the afterlife. In some versions of the story, his horse, or head, breathed fire, and in other versions, he's set to ride in a black horse-drawn coach that pulls a ghost rider every time he marches off to find the soul of the dead.
Creepy.
He also carries his spine as a whip.
How many vertebrae would that even take to work?
I don't know, it's just a story. But Washington Irving and his story hints very strongly that Brum kills Ichabod when a prank of his goes wrong, and he and his cronies have to hide the body. But it all depends on what you believe. Did the Headless Horseman really take Ichabod's head as his own? Or is it the I Know What You Did Last Summer of Sleepy Hollow?
Is the Dullahan a sort of church grim?
Not really. I mean, maybe the Headless Horseman could be, but the Dullahan was more like a Grim Reaper.
Would you like to tell the class what a church grim is?
Something I learned from Prisoner of Azkaban? I looked into it after that, but In Harry Potter, the church grim was a giant black dog.
In Britain, the church grim was properly depicted as a black dog guarding graveyards from evil. There's a tradition of sacrificing and burying dogs on holy ground when the church is first being built in order to create a church grim to protect the place.
Why'd it have to be dogs? Why not people?
Well, it could be people too. In fact, according to the legend, the first of anything to be buried in the churchyard would become the grim. Some sources say that executed criminals would be buried first, to live out an eternity atoning for their crimes, protecting the dead. Hey Becca, do you remember the Headless Horseman was buried in the churchyard?
Yeah, he was. In the story, some historians researching the ghost theorize that the soldier was buried in the churchyard he haunts. He was a Hessian soldier, a German mercenary during the Revolutionary War. In the book, it doesn't say which battle killed him, but the Battle of White Plains took place near here on October 28th.
And that's why he carries a jack-o'-lantern.
I mean, that, and the fact that his head was shattered by a cannonball.
So, it could be a mix of all those stories.
It'd be silly to say that it wasn't influenced by those. I mean, the Headless Horseman being a Doulahan makes perfect sense. The pumpkin he carries is even said to be on fire.
Ooh! And maybe Ichabod did see the ghost, and it came for his soul when he was killed by Brum.
Sebastian, if this thing is ever, and I mean ever, real, I'll kill you before it comes for you.
Noted. The church grim is for sure, though. The dogs, at least. No one on the British team has seen a ghost yet.
British team? You never said that there were people who do what you do.
Yeah. I work with a team in Washington, Britain, France, Norway, and South Carolina. We're spread pretty thin, though. Hey, a pumpkin patch. Let's go pick one out.
And he's gone.
Hey, what about this one? It looks great.
Which one?
This one, right here?
Where's the pumpkin?
Here, where I'm standing. This one.
Seb? You're not pointing at anything.
No, it's right here. The one I'm looking at right now.
Seb, hold on. We can't see the pumpkin.
But there's not... This is a fae?
Have you never seen something like this before?
No, never.
Becca, here.
And I just look through it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! That's just weird. Great, an invisible pumpkin. What else is new?
It looks just like a pumpkin.
I know its camouflage is remarkable.
Why does it even need camouflage if we can't see it?
Even the fae have predators, but it's not like the veil is a guarantee. I mean, under the right circumstances, you can see a fae.
It's how stories start.
Exactly. Hey there, big guy. What are you?
Look at that. It uses a pumpkin as a shell.
No, I think it is a pumpkin.
Its shell mimics a pumpkin. That's a crazy form of disguise camouflage.
Makes you wonder what it looks like in the off-season.
Or what it looks like as a child.
Let's all back up from it. Give it its space.
It's not dangerous, is it?
Probably not. Everyone crouch down.
Do you think the shell is made of keratin or chitin?
Unless it happens to move incredibly fast, which it probably won't, I'd say you'd have more than enough time to grab a sample.
What is it doing?
Getting some legs out.
It looks like a turtle's leg.
But it keeps part of its shell on its legs. It's cool that its actual body is more of a dark brownish black.
Okay, all 4 legs are out now. Where's the head?
There. Look.
So it drops the bottom of the front out just like how a turtle would. There it is. A pumpkin sprite.
Would it be classified as a sprite?
It mimics plant life. That is absolutely fascinating. I mean, this guy would be the biggest sprite we have ever found. I'd have to measure it just to make sure.
What's the next biggest?
The head sprite is in Europe. It lives in gardens and attaches plant life to its back. It's not this big, but it's pretty big.
Ooh, can we call it the jacket tortoise instead?
Gordosaur.
Hey, what are those? The appendages?
Looks like pumpkin vines, but thicker. Are they just a part of him, or can he use them?
Have no clue.
Hold on, going to snap a couple photos of it. Okay, just one more. Ah, shit, scared him. But look at this. You can see the seams now that we know where they are. Oh, I'm texting the others about this, and its nicknames.
Gordosaur. Tell them it's called Gordosaur. You know, like Bulbasaur?
I'll definitely have to come back to this.
Like you needed an excuse.
But now I have one. God, I just want to sit here and look at this guy for hours.
But
Haunted hayride?
All right, come on. You can find this Fae next time. He won't be going anywhere.
Best birthday ever. The Viridian Wild is created, written, and produced by Davis Walden, with creative consulting by Nicole Miller. Our music is composed by Daryl Banner. This episode features the voice of Davis Walden as Sebastian,
Leslie Gideon as Annabeth.
Kyle Nishimura as Flynn.
And Tara Santora as Becca.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as The Viridian Wild, or email us at theviridianwild@gmail.com. Learn more and find transcripts of this episode at theviridianwild.com. We would like to thank our first adventurers joining us on this journey, Joe and Mandy Walden. You can support Sebastian's study of the magical world around us on their Patreon at www.patreon.com/theviridianwild and gain access to bonus materials such as bloopers and book recommendations. The Viridian Wild is a product of Always in My Head Productions. The Hesh Sprite not only grabs plants, it will occasionally grab trash and other human objects to place on its shell. It chooses whichever materials help it camouflage more into the environment around it. Till next time, happy trails.